ユウ、好き。お花じゃなくて私のことだけ見てよ。
ひまり。
Big news, everybody! Boy-girl friendship has released its 10th episode, and oh my gosh, I thought this was gonna be a bad episode for a while, but it came out at the end. It gave us exactly what we were looking for. Let's get into the breakdown. We start off with Himari kind of wondering where she should go, what she should do, because obviously this debt is a serious business. Her older brother basically turned her straight down, saying, no, I'm not paying this out. I'm not gonna do it because, like, my business is with Yu's flower shop, so I'll sell you out in a heartbeat. This guy has serious dirt on him, and he's not gonna take any of that getting leaked, because apparently it'll ruin his life. And then he comes out, and Hibari says, you just gotta do your best, and obviously you'll win, because you can do your best. I believe in you. Man, this guy's actually gonna abandon his child. This is you, a high schooler, going up against a professional. This is dangerous. Like, you could have your girl sold off to the company of a woman you despise. What are you doing? This is dark crap, dude. You're in for it deep right now. But we move on. Enomoto, by the way, is not for this. So her older sister, which is also Enomoto, but she's Miss Enomoto, to clarify, Enomoto is not happy about this at all. Like, she wants a fair fight when it comes to Himari. So this move has actually upset the younger Enomoto. The older Enomoto is not caring, it seems. Maybe not even, like, caring about her winning in this love relationship. We also have this scene here where Himari is saying, you promised to have eyes for only me. And before you can even get much out, he says, I'll take everything I can and I'll do everything I can to protect you. She goes, bwaha, like always. This is exactly when I knew something was going to happen. I figured this episode was going to go in a bad place, where Himari's like ending the episode having given up on everything. This is when that moment hit me, and I was all like, oh no, Himari, this is your last joke. Of course, we got Hibari and the Enomoto's slave errand boy, who posed as best friend for a while, but now we know he's just pure evil. He is pure evil. He owes a debt to devils, and he is delivering. He basically comes out and says, yeah, you is my second priority. My first priority is keeping big sis Enomoto happy, and what makes her happy right now is destroying you. So I will destroy you. And it's like, no, no. So these two are fighting, but Hibari can't actually lay a finger on him because of that blackmail. Man, that guy is getting drug around by this blackmail, I'm telling you. And then, of course, these guys all go hang out, and they're all talking about how they can figure out a way to win against the older Enomoto, trying to make something that can compete with her for the summer festival. Teamwork here. They're all working together. Very good stuff. And they go out and they have this little splish splash party, which has great photo shoots from what I saw on his phone. Like, this guy has a talent with cameras too. Obviously he has to, because it's like a part of his job where he takes pictures of stuff to make them into artistic pieces. But, you know, like, he can do live action too, like not just photo stills. So that's cool. And he goes back to his childhood, like, daycare, I guess? And it turns out we get a little backstory on Himari. Actually, like, maybe even, like, outside of her character? But she's the one still narrating, so it's not much different than what we used to get, where we would go back in time and we would see them act out. But now we get more of an in-depth emotional aspect of what she felt and what she feels about who she was at the time. Where she says, ever since I was little, I've always sucked at creating stuff. So now she's sitting, watching Enomoto and Yu create something. She's just sitting there on the sidelines, and Enomoto is getting compliments, and she's sitting there like, he would never compliment my work. the long hair thing came up because the teacher, or the lady, brought up a photo album and Himari was in there saying, "Oh, you used to have longer hair. Why'd you stop growing it out?" Enomoto-san said, "Yeah, you have beautiful long hair. Why did you start cutting it?" Then Himari said out of nowhere, like, "Oh, Yu prefers it short." But obviously she was making a face right there. And then Yu had to compliment Enomoto, saying, basically, "You have beautiful long hair. Don't take that as like a sign you should cut off all your hair." Obviously, the man's preference does not indicate whether or not you should cut off all your hair, because he doesn't want to be that controlling. That's awful. Now, Himari is starting to wonder if she should grow her hair out too. Maybe that would make him love her. But that's quite clear that that's not the case. And Himari even admits, you know, Yu probably loves Enomoto. It's very possible to her that Yu loves Enomoto. And on the train, she actually confronts Yu and says, "Hey, you've been avoiding me. Is this so Enomoto doesn't get the wrong idea?" And Yu just says, no, it's not why, and I'm not avoiding you. So just so you know, I'm not avoiding you, and that's not why. And whenever someone says that, I'm just like, one of those is a lie, because either you're not avoiding me, or there's a reason why, and that's not it. But okay, fine. That's not the reason. Then Himari drinks all the thing that she gave him. But we know the real reason because he said it in his mind, and we could read minds because we're the almighty viewer. The real reason is because he likes Himari, and being near Himari makes his heart race, and that makes him uncomfortable. Couldn't imagine why his heart would be racing. She pretty much assaults him every day, coming on to him way too strong. But you know, she's best girl anyway, even if she is a little weirdo. It's so clear to me. Like, if a girl ever looked at me like that, I would break, dude. The puppy dog eyes and the clearly, like, distinguished sadness. Like, I would never be able to stand up to those eyes, dude. That's crazy. Of course, this is anime, and, you know, it looks a little different in real life, so maybe I could, but who knows. And she gives up. Right here, she gives up. She says it can't be helped. I know Enomoto is prettier than I am. I can't win against her. I am nothing. I may be pretty, but I'm not winning against Enomoto, so I should just give up. Then we move on to them in the flower field, and they're both looking for flowers. Himari's kind of just existing behind him. He's looking for the perfect flowers, and he finds two at this point. So he has two flowers, which he considers good enough to be picked or taken, which I'm assuming he's gonna need a lot, because if he's making this wreath, like I think there were 6 or 7 flowers on that last one. If he's gonna make something like that, it's gonna take a lot, and he's gonna need a lot. Maybe these are all just references to make some kind of art piece like a necklace, but can't say for sure how he's gonna do or what he's gonna do. And of course, he goes into this mode where he's being quiet and nothing anyone says can be heard. So Himari just goes ahead and says this, even though she's pretty sure he won't hear. And she says, "I love you, you." And it's like, whoa, he reacted. He reacted. He heard. This is huge. This is big. I cannot define to you how big this is. And he says, "Is this just another one of your blah-ha moments where you laugh at me and make fun of me for reacting? This isn't the time." Which, can I say, deserved. Deserved, dude. I cannot stress this enough. She deserved that. 100% she deserved that. She's been doing this for far too long. When she first discovered she had feelings for this guy, she should have stopped doing that. But she's been going way too hard. And now it's come to bite her. And she runs into the flower field saying, "Oh, my feelings can't reach him. This is your fault." And of course she does end up blaming herself for only a brief moment where she said, "I hate myself." But then she immediately follows that up with, "I hate you for not seeing my feelings." It's like, this is your fault. Don't blame Yu. And eventually Yu finds her, and I really hope this isn't in her imagination. If they pull that, oh, this was all in her imagination card, I will be screaming the next episode. I will downvote the whole series over this. No, this is huge, dude. I was fidgeting in my chair. I was like, oh, yes, let's go, my boy. Yeah, I'm so happy for them. This is exactly what we needed. Maybe even on like the second episode. I'm glad they had this build up for it, because plot-wise it wouldn't have made sense for them to kiss that early. But like, they were teasing a kiss in the second episode. Now they finally kiss, and I'm like, yes. Do not write this off. If you write this off, I will stab you. If Yu writes this off, or if Himari comes away and says, "Bwaha!" right after this, they deserve to not be together, and I am so upset because I want them to be together. But if she comes off of this and says "Bwaha," or if he comes off of this and says, "Are you serious?" and like gets mad at her, and she doesn't immediately correct his attitude and say like, "I love you," this better be it. It needs to be it, period. Anyway, what do you guys think? Maybe I'm an insane person, and you guys have to leave that in the comments if that is true. So go ahead and comment that I am absolutely unhinged and this is way too hard of a rant for this series. If you do enjoy my content, or you relate to my ability to empathize with characters that aren't real, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell for more uploads. And until next time, you guys have a blessed day. And while you're here, go ahead and check out this video to see what you might have missed.